Tevin Farmer is on the card. First, let's get that out the way. How do you see this fight? UD, knockout, how's camp been going?
He looked great. Camp was great. You know, obviously it's Tevin, so he's not looking for a knockout. He's looking to win. But he showed in the last couple of years that if he's executing his game plan and he's dominating, he can knock somebody out. We're going to win. We're going to win.
Yeah.
We're going to win. And I'm looking forward to the main event. Great fight.
Oh, it's a hell of a fight. Who do you have in that fight, by the way? Can you pick a winner?
You know, it's very interesting because I was talking to someone about this today. Ramirez, I think that the best of Maurice Hooker is better. But Maurice is up and down. And when he's down, the down of Maurice Hooker isn't as good as the average of Ramirez. If Maurice is really on his game and he's weight is okay and he's in great shape, I like Maurice Hooker, particularly with the odds being plus 140 or 150. You know, but if Maurice has an off night, he's in deep trouble. Yeah.
Now, you promoted Dillian Wilder on fights that have been pulled out because of steroids and PED use.
I'm tired of this PED shit, and particularly when you're seeing. I don't want to talk about Dillian, and I don't want to talk about that situation in isolation. But in general, we got to get harder on PED use. I mean, we just had 2 guys die in the ring this week. You know, and when you have guys cheating, you're not hitting a baseball. You're not hitting another guy in a football game with pads. You're punching a guy in the head. You know, we have to be very aware of the dangers of PED use in our sport. And it's not okay that guys are busting PED tests multiple times and continuing to fight. There have to be ramifications.
What should be the ramifications? Just not hold you to it, but just give ideas of situations.
I think it's got to be a minimum of a full year on the first violation, and then more than once you're out.
I love it. More than once you're out.
You know, but you know, we got to do something to make the. And I'm not talking that this has nothing to do with the Dillian Whyte on its own. This is in general. I mean, look, like we have guys that have failed multi times all over the place. You know, I mean, like, look, you look at the Jarrell Miller situation. All right, now he's got to clean up his act. And if he can't clean up his act now, then you face the consequences. We're not taking it seriously enough.
It should be a criminal offense. Like, say, the first time you automatically get slapped with the misdemeanor. Obviously, he's not gonna go to jail. There's too much money involved. He's not gonna go to jail, especially before. I'm not saying 40 maybe.
You know what? Honestly, it's a very interesting question. I never thought about that. But yeah, should there be criminal ramifications? Yes. Yes, you're using an illegal substance potentially to endanger someone else. Yeah, that's an interesting thought.
If it was criminal, how do you see criminal? Like, should it be second time you go to jail, first time you get slapped with a hefty fine, and you get an automatic misdemeanor? Because
the problem with it is there's a lot of gray area.
Always gray.
And then also when you get into, here's the thing. Put criminal aside. Here's what proper criminal is. Criminal goes to a mindset. There are guys that have failed drug tests out of stupidity. Taking a supplement, taking something they didn't know had a substance in it. That can't be criminal. Your intent wasn't there. But if you fail a drug test for a substance that's dangerous to your opponent, you shouldn't be able to fight, whether you knew it or not. It's got to be like strict liability. You know, you fail the drug test and you can't fight. You know, we have to make changes going forward.
So without saying it, you're in agreement. A man finds out 3 days before the fight, he should not be able to walk into the ring 3 days.
I don't know the circumstances of everything with the Dillian Whyte thing. But let's say, for argument's sake, there aren't other circumstances. If, in general, forget the Dillian Whyte, I don't know the circumstances, but if you fail a drug test and you have a substance in you that is dangerous to your opponent, a PED, a known performance-enhancing drug, fight shouldn't happen.
That's what everyone says, man.
But you know what? I'm hearing some stuff with the Dillian Whyte situation that I want to see all the information before I make a
And
judgment.
speaking of heavyweights, we haven't seen you with Deontay Wilder. Is that a foregone conclusion, or
He and I are cool, but I ain't working with him right now.
okay? No, not working with any. I mean, PBC any longer, or are you still working?
I mean, Al and I are cool, and I'm working with him on certain things, but no, I haven't been doing the PBC shows in Brooklyn recently, and that doesn't mean never say never, but
say never.
And I'm not at war with anybody. Al and I are cool, but right now I'm not working
Well,
with him.
rivers meet at the ocean, so you can be your own river, he can be his own river. You're gonna meet at the ocean somewhere, right?
Exactly, and look, I had a lot of opportunities to do a lot of big things with PBC, and I'm thankful for the opportunities I had. And right now, I'm doing fine, and they're doing fine.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.